Hello, welcome back to Detailing and the Beast. Today we're going to do a very quick video, a very quick comparison of two of the best or two of the most purchased all-in-one polishes in the UK, autofinesse Tripple and Autobrite Direct Cherry Glaze. So these products are primarily what are known as all-in-ones. They are a polish, a glaze and a wax. Now, I'm not normally for this type of product. I do have to be honest from the get-go. I prefer not to mask my swirls, but to take care of them properly and correctly. But that is a very, very time-consuming and a very demanding hobby, let's be fair. It takes hours and hours and hours to get paintwork free of any sorts of marks, and you're always going to have some, and they're always going to bug you. But if you're somebody who just likes to take care of the car and make it look, you know, respectable and half decent, without going to all that effort of machine polishers and three-stage polishing and, you know, adding a ceramic coating or a ceramic spray sealant or something along them lines, and you just want something quick and fast, maybe you need a fast turnaround on a customer's car, then these things are perfect. They polish, so you're making sure that you can remove some of them swirl marks. They glaze, so they add fillers into some of the swirl marks that they can't remove, some of the deeper marks, so they're less obvious. And then they claim to wax as well. Now these things have a little bit of carnauba wax in them. They do actually themselves both recommend that you add a paste wax onto the top to enhance the protection further. So for me, not personally a fan, but they do have their place and they're both very good products. We're going to go through the testing in a minute, but a couple of things I want to get out of the way off the board first. First is price. So the AD one is actually cheapest. That one is £12 for a 500ml bottle. The Auto Finesse, although it is more, it's not a lot more, is £13 for a 500ml bottle. And I believe that both of these do go on sale for significantly cheaper at various points during the year. The Auto Finesse one, when you're working with it, it has a slight smell. It's a typical polish. It smells like a polish. Whereas the AD one, very, very pleasant. True to its name, cherry, has a very strong cherry scent, comes through as you're working with it, and I can imagine if you're doing this over a whole car, you'd prefer to have something like that because it's nasally pleasing, shall we say, rather than something like this. So we'll get on to the testing, and I'll come back to you in a bit. So this is the basics of the test that we're going to be running, AF Triple versus AD Cherry Glaze. One spot pad each to cover the two sections. Top section is application by hand, bottom section, application by machine. And just in the interest of fairness, I'm just going to show you each of these sections, equally as battered. Great testing grounds for these two products. So first off, application by hand. We're using a handy puck here. Make sure the products get a good shake. Now these pads are perfectly clean. So to prime these, this is very runny by the way. To prime these, I'm going to put 3 dabs onto there. Just give it a little spread about. We may need some more. We should be all right for this little section. And that's already starting to dry out in some places, so I'm just going to put a little bit more onto the pad. So we're going to use the same pads, just connected to a 3-inch DA. The pads should already be primed, so we won't need a lot of product this time. There should be plenty enough. And I'm only going to go up to a speed 3 on the DA. So let's get this tape removed. We can see what we're left with. So first up, we'll have a look at the hand applications. First thing to notice is that both of them from a distance do seem to have brought the colour back and removed some of the oxidisation and the tarnishing on top of that clear coat. This was a really bad bonnet. There's the before over there. And you can see that both have done a really good job at removing that top layer of oxidisation and tarnishing off the bonnet. Worth noting that I haven't managed to get into the corners, so we're going to have to concentrate on the middles. And straight away we can see that the AD Cherry Glaze, although it's done a good job of removing that tarnishing, hasn't actually removed a massive amount of the swirling. There's still quite a lot that remains there. Whereas the AF Triple, there's still, you know, there's still quite a few marks in that clear coat, but I do think it has done a better job. Don't know about you, but you can kind of see more of the metallic fleck in that side. I'd definitely give that to Triple on the hand application. We move down to the machined sections. And again, you can see there, look at the vast improvement there. I do have to say, I think that actually is blacker, it's darker, so has removed more of that oxidisation off the top of that clear coat. They've both done a very good job via the machine for what they are, for what type of product they are. But I do have to say that this does look better in terms of colour. In terms of defect removal, it's pretty much removed the majority of the swirls. There's still some heavy marking here and here, which I would never expect these products to remove anyway. Same with this. And this has removed quite a few swirls. There's still some remaining, obviously. But I do think that the autofinesse has done a better job there as well. So there you have it. Overall, the autofinesse one outperformed the AD one, both in hand application and via a machine application. The machine obviously is going to make these things happen quicker. You're going to get around a car quicker, and you don't really need to complete that many passes. That's right to left or up and down movements on your paintwork. So you should be able to get around a medium-sized car in probably about 20 to 30 minutes. But it was clear from the testing that the autofinesse Triple did actually produce a better job than over the AD Cherry Glaze. That's not to say the Cherry Glaze did a bad job. It didn't. I just think that this actually came up and did a much better job on this battered bonnet. Now, I know some of you will say, but why didn't you do an IPA wipe down? Let's see what it's like underneath all them glazes, all them fillers, all that wax. So I have done that. I'll overlay a shot now. and you can actually see that underneath that you can see that the Auto Finesse product does still actually outperform the AD product. So there you go, a very quick rundown, a very quick review of two of the most popular AOIs in the country today. And I hope you found this comparison relatively useful. If you're not already subscribed, go back, check out my back catalogue. If you see what you like, hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to like this video. Share it wherever you feel appropriate. If people on social media are arguing one way or the other, offer this up as evidence. Thank you for watching. I'll see you on next week's video. Goodbye.